What's up, everyone? It is your resin 3D printing god, Akuma Mods, back again with a review of some resin from FUNCRECOL. These are multicolored resins that you can use for all of your projects. Is this exactly what you're looking for? Let's take a look. So the fine folks over at FUNCRECOL sent us various colors of resin to do some testing out. And I more or less wanted to test these out without having much variables between it. So a good friend of mine on TikTok sent me a model to essentially print that looked really cool. And this is the vase model. Unfortunately, the name of the creator escapes me as of right now, but I will link them down below so you guys can take a look at this. There are two different models. There's a vase that is fully enclosed, so you can actually use it as a vase, or is there more of a display for like your regular flowers, your fake flowers, what have you, that do not have any enclosures in it. It's actually perforated through and through. And it is a Voron or Vorani style base. I could be getting that wrong, but essentially that's what it is. So I figured, hey, why not print this up on the Uniformation GK3 since we're doing some testing on it and see how rigorous these tests can be. And pretty much they went off without a hitch. We did have to do a little bit of calibration on the exposure settings, but pretty much all of them were in the same realm, so we can print off of one perfect profile to print these vases. So if you're looking to add this to your collection, if you're looking for different various colors from FUNCRECOL, you can definitely do that and use the same profile settings, at least on the machine that I was using. Your results may vary from machine to machine. I'm not 100% sure. Now, some of the things I wanted to touch base on with this resin is this is a very cheap resin that you can purchase on Amazon. I will have an Amazon affiliate link listed below, again, if you guys are interested in getting these resins. But one of the cool things that these resins come with is a little tiny package of UV putty. Now, me personally, I have yet to use UV putty, but I've heard great things about it, especially if you need to cover up some holes, what have you, and you don't want to use the typical slather-on resin method that makes it a little sticky and doesn't look like a good finish. This might be a little bit better of a finish. Again, I have not personally used this, but this is really cool to see, especially when it's just included in the resin, because the UV putties that I see on the market, I mean, for a tin that's probably twice this size, as it is at least $10 for it. So that's kind of a cool bonus for it. Now, another cool feature about this, and some of the resin bottles you may have seen on the market have it, is at the top here, there's a little tiny puncture piece on it. And essentially, when you open up your resin, you flip that cap around and it literally cuts open the resin, because these do have a foil wrap on the top of them, which makes it very nice to have that open, and you don't have to fiddle around with any tools that you have laying around to try and puncture it. I can't tell you how many times I have to do that consistently with most other resins because they don't include that nice little piece on top of there. Now, as you can see, we do have different color resins. We have a yellow clear resin, we have a green clear resin, we have a red clear resin, and we also have a blue clear resin. And the results pretty much speak for themselves. They all printed beautifully without any problems at all. These were printed straight up and down, just like this, flat on the build plate. Now, I will say that one of the downfalls of having these cool colors is they're not really impact resistant. Can you make them impact resistant? Absolutely. You can use some additives in it, but just know that it might change some of the properties with the resin. It might even change some of the coloring with the resin. So just be mindful on that. You can add in some extra stuff like a tenacious or what have you, some sort of a flexible material to make it a little bit more durable for your use. But I will tell you, if I were to drop one of these on the ground, which I'm not going to because these are really, really cool vases and I don't want to break them, they would probably shatter into a million pieces. How do I know this? Well, I did end up dropping a part off of it, and yeah, it wasn't the greatest time. So, I pretty much stuck with these because, like I said, I didn't want any variables in my testing. I know most people want to show off like miniatures and, you know, shields and weapons and armory and what have you to showcase exactly what you can use for these. But I figured this was the best case use because this shows you exactly how much these colors pop on every single print that is exactly the same. There's no variations. There's no possibilities of, you know, one print looking better than the other. And that's because, you know, it's got a 2mm piece thickness, whereas the other one has a 10mm piece thickness. So again, I figured this was best case scenario in my testing to utilize this for the review. Now, I will say that these are really, really unique models. Again, I will leave this down below in the description if you guys are interested in it. But if you, if you're having a project that requires very unique colors, this one specifically is something that I very rarely see on the market, and it is a clear yellow color. Usually I see green, red, and sometimes blue. Blue's kind of out there as well, but these are the main ones that you usually see on the market. Not too often do you see yellow. And I was a little concerned about printing this color because it was just, it didn't seem like it was going to pop all that much. However, as you can see, this turned out absolutely amazing. I love this color so much. Now, again, this is to your taste, so, you know, be it as may. Some might not like this. I think this is a pretty cool color, and that would be really, really cool, especially if you're someone like me that likes the car industry. This would be perfect for like yellow fog lights, tail lights, turn signal type stuff. That would be perfect for that type of application, in my opinion. So if you guys are looking for a very unique clear resin, this is definitely one of them. So, but there's not really much to say about this. Like I said, I kind of touched base that these are not going to be super resilient to anything. They are definitely very, very brittle. With my test setting print that I usually use, when I went to go and remove that, it literally broke into like 10 different pieces when I was removing it. So just keep that in mind. Again, these are not for the case that you guys are using something that's going to be very resilient in terms of, you know, long-term use. But again, you can use some additives. So with that being said, I mean, there's not really much to talk about this beyond this. So I'm going to roll some videos here. You guys can take a look. And yeah, again, if you guys are interested in this resin, please go ahead and pick it up. Again, there's the Amazon link that is my affiliate link down below. If you guys are interested in getting it, that's great. Every little bit that comes back to me helps out the channel, helps me get new tech to show off, new resins to show off, what have you. And again, keep in mind, this does come with a little tiny case, tin, whatever you want to call this, of UV putty, and it says 5 grams of that, which is really, really cool. And it also comes with a sanding piece. What I don't really know what you want to call that, but yeah, a little tiny piece of sanding paper that comes with it. But yeah, I highly suggest checking this out, and for the price that you guys are getting it, they're really, really good, and I think it's a good quality resin in terms of looks if you guys are looking into getting multi-colored stuff for whatever your print needs are. You know, rupees, And then you can have, I don't really know what you would print in blue. There's lots of things, I guess. One thing comes to mind. I am a StarCraft fan. So I am a Protoss user. So when I hear you must construct additional pylons, this is what I think of. So who knows? Maybe I'll print a pylon in that color and see how it turns out. So, but yeah. Like I said, there's not really much to tell you else about this resin. It is a really, really nice resin. It prints very, very easily. Again, I didn't have any problems, no hiccups or nothing. And yeah, we'll showcase this. Now, one thing I want to leave you guys with is, okay, you guys may see these colors and think, okay, they're great, but you know, they're kind of still frosty. Well, one of the downsides of printing any clear resin, and that's anything that I've seen, if you wash it and you cure it, it is going to frost over. Now, I'll try and include a video clip if I can get the chance to do it, of me essentially not sanding these at all. I'm going to use a special spray that I've used before on other prints to see if we can bring more of a shiny feature to this and more of a clarity feature. I think it's going to work very well with these because I can actually get inside of this print and essentially do a back-to-back. So it's not just one-sided and it's trying to go through, one side is clear and the other side is frosted and it just doesn't go through as well. I think I can get away with getting this maybe super, super clear. If I can go ahead and do that, I'll leave the clip in after this. That's pretty much it, guys. And yeah, I thank you all for watching. And until next time, guys, happy printing.